Hey everybody, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. So we are looking at my, I don't even know what kind of material this is. This is my bathroom sink that just is all filthy and dirty and has lost its shine, its sheen, its glow. It looks nasty. I don't like the color. I don't like how it looks when I move my fingers across it. I will cut my fingers from all the gunk that's in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to clean it. I really should wash some of this. I've got some toothpaste filth over here. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to use some Turtle Wax polishing compound. Whoa, oh my God. Whoa, that looks like some, I don't want to say that. I didn't realize it was that runny. So I've got a lot of runny gunky over there. And I have way too much, way too much. You never want to polish with a paper towel, but I really don't want to use a cloth and ruin it. This is way too... Sorry, I just stepped on the dog toy. So this is how I'm spending my New Year's Eve. It's going to be New Year's Eve in a couple hours, I think. So I'm going to rub some of this gunky around on the inside of the sink. Probably have way too much... and if it works good, and it gives me a nice polish, maybe I'll keep it. Again, I really don't like the sink, but if I go to replace this, I have to, considering where I live, I don't really want to mess with the plumbing with people around me, so I'd have to hire a plumber. And I'd take the sink out and put in a new sink, probably half an hour, 45 minutes. And then he'd have to redo all the plumbing, which is probably going to happen anyway. All the drain plumbing, because it's kind of nasty underneath there, should be replaced. So, and the main thing is I want to replace the faucets. So we're talking money for the sink, and money for the faucet, and money for the plumbing, probably $500. I don't know that I really want to spend all that. So you never want to have this much polish when you're polishing. This is way too much. You want to be able to have something. I was going to use rubbing compound. I don't know where I have my rubbing compound. Polishing compound is not as abrasive as rubbing compound. So I'm going to get some. I'm definitely going to get the sink clean. I don't know if I'm going to have a lot of shine in it. I'm pressing kind of hard to remove all that dried toothpaste. And I'm around the drain over there. I don't really think I'm going to get much of a good finish on the drain piece. So if you like my videos, do that thumbs up, subscribe, like, share. You know, it helps my channel. I want to get another 80,000 subscribers in 2020. I don't know if that's possible. But the whole goal is to have a really busy channel. A lot of viewers, a lot of bucks coming in, lots of ads on the videos. You know how it is. That's the YouTube way. So, so this video is really, can you recover your sink by using polishing compound? I'd really like to do a little bit of this on the front edge. You can see the front edge over there. It's really nasty. It doesn't have much of a finish. So I'm just going to do this over in the front. We'll be able to see what it looks like, what it does. I can feel it right now. There's a lot of dirt. This whole thing's filthy. Hold on a second. The dog is very unhappy. I was moving my keyboard, and we got fireworks outside at the Marina del Rey, way out there, the boating area for all the rich people. And she doesn't like when I move furniture and when I don't give her attention and when there's activity going on. So it's been a rough night for her. We can see all the dirt that's coming off just in the front. Look at that. I'm going to go all the way around. Since I have the time and we're doing the video, let's just go all the way around the front. I know if I go a little further down around here, it's even worse. And when I get down on the counter, it's a nightmare. In fact, let's just see, look at that. It's gross. Let me go down over here. I cleaned this a couple weeks ago, so I'm not going to get much of a lot of dirt or a nice shine on the counter, but that's really what it needs, is just a good polish and a nice shine And all this garbage that I've got in here, I need to throw it away so it's a clean countertop, which it hasn't been since I moved in here. So I'm just, I mean, look at all that stuff, all that. Okay, so what I want to do now that we can see how much gunky is on there, I'm going to go grab a couple paper towels. I'm going to go down here on the bottom, and I'm going to wipe it up, and I see not much of a shine. Let's go around here. We already saw how much dirt I took off of this thing. So I'm going to go right around the edge, the top edge, and do a little polish, malolish, and see if I can get a little bit more dirt coming off of that. Not really. So this is the way polishing compound is supposed to be used. When you want it not so mushy that the cloth floats around it like it's soup, like originally it was. You want to be able to polish, to be able to kind of rub this stuff in there and cause a little bit of friction. You want some of that friction to do your polishing. And again, I don't remember. Okay, so look at all the gunk. So we're definitely removing stuff. I'm gonna have to get more paper towels in a minute. But now the point is I'm going in here to. Okay, I'm looking on the top edge right now, the edge of the sink that I'm polishing, and I can see an enormous shine. So this is really working. We'll maybe I'll be able to save myself $500. Again, I'm not thrilled with the look of this sink. I don't like vessel sinks. I don't know why they use them. I don't think it can. So I'm rubbing my fingers over here, and I feel some roughness, some scratching, maybe some pitting or something. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why. Look at all that dirt. I don't know why they use vessel sinks. Like I said, I think they're ugly. They're impractical. They're huge. I'd rather just have a counter with the sink sunk in. How's that? A sunk-in sink. But the point of this video is to see, can we recover this sink with some polishing compound? Look at all the dirt that's on there. Gotta get more. Every time I make a video, there's always some expert that tells me I did it wrong, or I shouldn't be using paper towels, or I used the wrong material, or I ought to buy something else, or I didn't polish the right way, or I need to do this on a drill, or I'm not using enough RPMs. There's always some expert that doesn't want to make their own video, but they want to go online and tell everybody how bad their videos are. So as I'm doing this right now, I can feel there's just a lot of friction. There's a lot of gunk on this sink. I don't remember the sink being this clean. I'm not really getting much of a shine. Maybe you don't get a shine when you pour turpentine and other cleaners in this type of material. Maybe I ruined the finish years ago. I don't know. On the outside, I have a very nice shine. Maybe this is the wrong polish. I see at the top over here, I have a beautiful shine. I have a really nice shine. You can see some of the glow. And down at the bottom, there's just no shine. There's no sheen. And I don't know what's going on. I'm going to press the stop in a minute. I'm going to go look and see if I have. I don't think I have the rubbing compound. You really need something a little more abrasive on the bottom part of this. The polishing is done wonders. The sink looks 100% better. We're going to check it out in a minute. Now there's a nice shine over here. I'm rubbing my fingers. It's kind of yucky over here. It's a little scratched. I'm going to try one other thing. We've got this Meguiar's Ultimate Compound. Clean and Clarity Restore. This stuff's really nice. This stuff works really good on a car. So I showed you I used turtle wax before. I'm going to squeeze a little bit of this. Are we plugged? I'm just going to put a little bit of this in here. This will give me a little bit more friction than having all that turtle wax in here. And I want to see, what does the Meguiar's do? Because like I was saying, on the top I really have a smoother finish right now, and it's definitely polished, but it's not shiny. It's not great. It's not like a new sink, obviously. It's not perfect. But I've used this Meguiar's on cars before, and it's really good. It's really neat if you see a car that has some paint transfer from an accident or scratching another vehicle, and a lot of people just leave that vehicle with the paint transfer on there, and it looks ridiculous. It looks terrible. They don't even attempt to try to clean their car after an accident. Look at all that. Well, that's kind of the Meguiar's color too. But you go and you put a little rubbing compound or polishing compound against the paint transfer, and all that paint comes off in seconds. And you'd never know it was there because obviously it came off. Let me get a little more paper towel. So we're going to finish this off in a minute. I am looking, I'll show you after I'm done. I'm looking at the top right now, the top outer part of this thing right over here, and you can't see it. It is shiny like it's a brand new sink. And you can see a little bit of the reflection up at the top. It just looks like a brand new sink. And then when you get into here, you can see a lot of the wear. Maybe if I was going at faster RPMs, this might help a little bit. It might do a little better with the polishing. So if you like my videos, do that thumbs up, subscribe, like, share, comment. You know, that really helps me out big time. My channel's just really taken off the last year. Funny, I was watching one of those TV shows yesterday, and somebody, one of the court shows, and he said, "It tooken off," and she says, "There is no such word as tooken." And he went, "Huh? Like, what do you mean?" That's not the first person that I've heard use that word. Lack of education. I won't say what state or what part of the country. So right down at the bottom, there is definitely a lot of wear over here. I can see it right now. There's a big amount of wear. And we're going to check out the finish in a minute after I'm done. And we'll see. Okay, so now we're getting some dirt off of the plumbing with the Meguiar's that we didn't get with the Turtle Wax. And I have no doubt that if I was using... Wow, that's like a whole new sink. I mean, a whole new plumbing piece right now. It's shiny. It's removing the gunk. If I was using rubbing compound, it would make it even better. Look, I'd like to clean that up a little bit more if I can before I stop. I know steel wool would really clean that up and scrape it a little, but fine steel wood, it would polish that up and make it look good. So I think we're done here. I think we're done. Let me rub my finger nice and smooth around here. Not as smooth around here because the finish is worn. I don't know if I was recording. I have no idea right now. So we're looking at the sink right down over here. It's very pitted. The sink, well, the water's in here, so it's kind of deceptive now. Over here is where you see the beautiful finish and the nice shine. It's really shiny and it's beautiful. In here, I think I have recovered about 80% of the sink. All of the sink was recovered with rubbing compound and polishing with polishing compound. Rubbing compound would go in over here where it's very rough, right over here. It's very right over there. It's still very rough, and I think the finish is worn a little bit. There's a lot of gunk that needs to be removed here. Paint thinner, I think, is the only thing, unless I was going to go with a high-speed polish. So yes, you can do this stuff and clean up your sink a little bit. It's never going to be a new sink, but you can recover a sink. You can restore a sink a little bit by using rubbing compound and polishing compound. And Happy New Year. Happy 2020 to everybody. We're going to try one more thing. Whoa, don't want that paper to go down the drain. So I've got sandpaper, 1,000, 1,500, and 3,000. And I bought that so that I could use it on my car, but I never used it. And I probably shouldn't be using 1,000 on here because it could do some damage, but like I said, I might be buying a new sink. So the goal is to see if this is going to help. Let's go put some, I tore the paper the wrong way. Let's just go in here and do a little bit of sanding And that will take off some of the finish. You hear it? Listen, when I'm up at the top over here. Hear how smooth it is? And I'm going to go further down and listen to the noise. And you can buy this stuff at an auto store. Some hardware stores might have it. They might have it at the box store, but they don't always carry 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000. So I should have used a much bigger sheet of paper. Would have been easier for me. Oops. I don't want my hand in the way of the video. But this is where the problem is down here. And the whole point of the video is to see if we could fix this up a little bit. So it's a mild abrasive. You could probably use some of those scouring things, those white spongy things. They're kind of like this type of paper. Those eraser type things, they are really like a high grit sandpaper like this is. And then after they wear it, you just throw them out. So that might work also to erase some of the dirt over here. Okay, I'm putting my fingers over here now. Now there's a smoothness. Remember before I said, like right over here, there's something really sharp over here. So let me go over here and see if I can get rid of that sharpness. I don't know if I would do this on a brand new sink. I would try this on a sink that you're not really worried about. There's still a little scratch there. Try it on a sink you're not too worried about, and that you're thinking of replacing. Maybe you can save yourself some bucks. Okay, so now I've got a little better ability to hold this. And you're always supposed to use water for lubrication. Lubrication is always important in life. We all know that. Okay, so I'm going to go down over here where it's kind of rough and scratched up. Sorry that you're looking at my arm a lot in the video, but I just want to get this done right now. As I said, this is my New Year's Eve, and I'm making a video for my fans because I have no life. Let's go over here at the top. It's scratched over here. It's definitely scratched over here. It's scratched right over here. It's scratched really bad over here. It's probably gouged. So I can't clean that up, but most of the sink now is nice and smooth and clean because of using this paper. And I think even though there's water in here, you could probably see it. It looks 100% better. And let's go down over here, this metal. I may as well use the abrasive qualities of the paper and see if I can polish up that ugly metal just a little bit. Look at that. Look at how quick that is. Look how quick that is. Look how fast that is cleaning up. It's removing the, maybe it's removing the dirt. It's removing some of the tarnish, some of the wear. It's not fully done, but look at that. Just using this 1,000 grit sandpaper. That alone has made the sink look 100% better because now it looks like there's new plumbing in here, and it looks good. It doesn't look all worn and nasty. Looks like this was just installed. I still have a little bit of dirt right over here that I'm trying to clean up. I can't seem to scrape that off. Let's do the, look at that. I want to do just a little bit more. This video is probably going to be a 2-hour video. But 2-hour video, an ad every minute. So that's about 120 ads. I think that's worth it. Look how nice that is. Oh, does that look good? So right over here, remember I said it was all worn right around here and pitted? Now it's just worn right around this, right by the drain. So the 1000 grit sandpaper. Now this could be scratching the sink. There's no doubt. I'm sure this is scratching it. It's an abrasive. It's sandpaper. It's wet and dry sandpaper. Don't use the other sandpaper. And I know everybody's going to leave comments. It's wet and dry. You're supposed to have lots of water in there. And what are you doing? You're ruining your sink. Don't even leave a comment. I'll just block you. Let's rub over here. A little bit of wear inside there. All of that. It's a little bit of irritate over here. I speak many languages, irritate and irritamos. Oh, baby, yes, I'm using both hands. Oh, so fine, so fine. I'm looking at the sink and I'm going, whoa, I don't know, there's something doesn't look right there. Is it the dried sandpaper liquid, or is it the polishing compound, or did I ruin it? Let me rub my fingers. Oh, I just felt something over here. Right over here. You can, as long as you don't wear out the sandpaper, I kind of ruined it over there. But you can usually use this stuff. It's so inexpensive. It's just a few dollars to buy. You could probably even use this on a Formica tub. Not a Formica, well, be careful, because this will remove material. But it's like those eraser things. It's good stuff. Just don't ruin your house. Don't sand your house apart. So I'm going to go over here. Bring this all up. Before I couldn't do this. There's a couple areas here where it's a little sharp. And last time I did that, I just ripped my fingers up and cut them. So I'm going to keep the camera on now because I want to go get some paper towels. I was wondering where the dog was. I'm like, where's the dog? I know she's not happy, and I look. She's in the massage chair relaxing. Too funny. She said, you know, this guy is pissing me off doing all this stuff at night instead of letting me sleep, so I'm going to go in the massage chair. Now, this is going to be the big test, because like oh, there's a lot of dirt coming off of there. Dirt. When I started the video, there was no water in here, and so all you saw was a lot of dry sink with no shine and no finish, and lots of dirt and lots of toothpaste gunk, and it looked really bad. So this is probably 15-20 minutes of a video, probably 15 minutes cleaning this thing, and there's still some dirt, so I could do more work on here. If you're going to do this, I would say definitely use the polishing compound. Okay, so let's check out the sink now and see what we accomplished. There it is. So we have a nice smooth sink. It's very clean with no shine. There's no shine on here. There's no wax shine, so the finish is pretty much worn off of this sink. Whereas I'm going to go over to here. You can see there's a little bit more of a shine, and it's very smooth. It's very nice. And then I go in here. It's still smooth, but it's just not shiny. So it's worn. The sink's probably 10, 15 years old. That looks really good. And that was the sandpaper. So this is the way to do it, people. This is how to restore your kitchen, your bathroom sink. And this over here is my New Year's lady. Oh my, the camera's got the light on. She's saying, get that out of my face. That's my dog. Happy New Year, little lady.